Hey there everybody, and welcome back to this next episode of City Skylines. My name is Newlio, and as always I have a nice cup of coffee here to get me going for this episode. Now, what I want to do today, and this is sort of an idea I had after doing, or at the start of the last episode, when I was connecting these two main roads up, was actually looking at doing a sort of like a nice sort of upmarket neighborhood. And the reason why I figured we should do that is because we've sort of got this golf course here, and we're also right along the river, so it kind of makes sense that you would have a suburb that is quite nice, that is in this sort of location, and that's still a little bit out of from the city. So I've got a couple of sets of buildings here which I want to use. These are also really nice sort of modern looking residential buildings, and a couple of offices, and we'll put some commercial in there as well. I might even actually go over to the city and have a look at some growables that might suit this area. And basically that's basically what I want to do. So what I want to have is kind of two residential areas here, and then like a half residential, so like a one part residential, a little bit of commercial, and a tiny bit of office space in here, and make it like a sort of court area. So the buildings are gonna be surrounded like that in a bit of a V shape or a triangle, and basically make it very pedestrian friendly and pedestrian oriented as well. So what I want to do is actually just start to I want to get the paint tool and just paint some concrete just to start off this area. So I'm just going to paint all of this, quite a decent amount as well, and we'll turn it back as we go. So I might just paint this big part for now, and I'll get rid of that because I want to do that. So it's a good sort of starting point, and so I quite like that. I think I just clipped the sound bugger. So I want to start off, this is kind of the building I want to start off. So I want this to be the main building, sort of like the front end of this area. So basically this little area where I've sort of already done like a small little park is going to be our main entrance or main area. So I'm going to sort of put that, I think about there is good. Now it's a shame that there's no sort of mirrored version of this, because it would be nice to put one there, but for now I'm just gonna leave it and see if I can put something else there instead. So now I want to get some more of these buildings. I want to get this one here. So I quite like this building. I think I'm going to stick this one here, and I might move it closer just a little bit. I won't have it quite connecting, so maybe have like a small alleyway there will work well. And then I kind of want to have like basically like a little road that comes into a roundabout and then kind of goes out to there is what I'm thinking. So or I could even make like two sets of these roads, like one going, let's do that. So like two sets of these tiny roads I think will work. So to do that I'm going to need to turn that off, and that should work pretty well. And then let's have it start off from here, make it go directly out to there, give a bit of room so there's sort of like an open space. And then kind of want to make this curve into about, I think here it's probably going to work, and I'm going to come from the other side and do the same thing. Okay, and then I might just make I don't want the roundabout to be too big, so I'm just going to bring this out by 1 here, and then bring this one out by 1. And then we'll make this roundabout, I think 2 should be pretty good. There we go, that matches up a little bit better. It still needs a bit of touching up because it's not quite centered. I'll need to rotate it, but I can always come back and do that a bit later as well. That's kind of what I'm thinking, and then I can get sort of some nice plans just to run along the sort of medium strip, and basically use some trees and plants to make that look quite nice as well. We could use these are quite good. I used them in the last episode, and they're really nice. They sort of join together. I just want to have another look at see what else we've got available to us. We've got that one. Maybe we could add these and then have like a grass thing in the middle. So let's put one here and one there, and then let's put one there, and then it's a fire hydrant in the way, but we'll stick that one there, and then that one there. Do the same with this one there, and then there. That's pretty. Actually, no, I think this one needs to come in just a little bit. So bring him into there, and then I'll come back to this planter area and sort of put the grass area in the middle here. With these nice planters here that we've got, and this one large and this one which is nothing overly huge, but let's stick that one there. I don't know if these clip in. So we make sort of, could we make like a little fancy sort of shape, like a bunch of circles connected? I wonder if that would work better. Maybe if we make sort of one there, and then one there, and then could we have? Yeah, so let's do something like this, just to make it. I think this makes it's more interesting than just sort of like a plain circle. And then we can sort of have something in the middle. Like I don't know whether we put like another planter in here or something, but let's stick that in there for now. Okay, so now I want to start putting in some more buildings. So I want maybe a couple of small shops in the center here. So if we can get what I think is here we go, like a paved, zonable pedestrian road sort of thing, and then let's basically from here to there, and then across to there, and then like that. I might even just move these out a little bit, so let's go up to there. Same with this one. To there, and I just had to bring this one further up to the middle, so like that, and then let's bring this in a little bit. That just gives us more room to work with as well. So let's put some small shops. I think it's going to work well. Alrighty everybody, so I just grabbed a couple of buildings using the eyedropper tool just to fill in some of the spots, because I didn't actually have the ones I was after for floppables, but these are doing okay for now. So I basically just wanted a few smaller shops in the middle and then some sort of other shops along the side here as well, and I might even push them back a little bit. Now you can also see that I've put in some pathways using some nice decals just to sort of mix up a little bit. And what I want to do is put in like a grass area here and then some parking, some underground parking, so we might even make like another road that splits off from here, maybe similar to what we've done with these entrances and exit roads. So what we're going to do first is just make like a barrier for our grass area. So I'm just going to use the line tool and these new props just to space this out. And let's see, let's make it run from here, and we'll make it run to about, let's do there for now, and then I'll do the same, so I should be able to go across from here. I might actually have to place this down manually because it's going to be a bit tricky. So let's go for that way, onto there, and then that one will connect up to that one, and we can go back to our line tool and have to readjust the distance just again. So one more, perfect, so that makes it nice and connected. And I'll take one from here and just kind of make it follow this path. Just find the right spot. So about there, and then I'm just going to bring one from here so that I can make this curve a little easier to work with here. So then I'll grab one from, oops, not from there, from that'll work. I'll just use the move tool to change it back, and then let's bring that one to there, and then we'll just use this move tool just to fine tune where it is. Oops, so let's just move this into position like that's probably the best it will get, and then need to bring this one in closer so it matches up with the tiles that we're using here, because we've got two or one and a bit tiles between the two, and then we should be able to come back to here and I'll have to readjust it again. 1, 2, 3, I think that was right. And let's make this basically just sort of match up. So let's go from here, let's bring it out by 1 from each, because I need to sort of figure out the spacing like that, and then I'm just going to adjust this one in a little bit more. Actually, let's bring it out. There we go, same with this one. Let's just bring it out a bit more, and then what I might do is actually put one of these large ovals to connect it in the center, if there's a, or maybe one of these. Let's use that one, and then we'll just use some smaller ones to fill in the gaps there. Like so. That's a little strange. I might just copy this one to match that up into there, and then the same with this one into that one there. But there we go. So we've got like a nice little grass area, which has turned out really well. And then I think I might want to put maybe some trees. I don't know if I want to put planters across it or not. It would look nice, I guess, but it just depends if it works for this. I don't think those go on there, do they? No, those don't do that, but we could use these ones. I think they might work a little bit better. So when we have one in the corner here, one in each corner, so one there, one there, maybe not that one just yet. One there, we'll put a circular one here, because that kind of makes sense to do that one. And I might actually put a few just along here, just to space these out. So let's put one there and one here. Works well. And then maybe just another one there. So that'll create our perimeter for putting our trees in. Then we just need to figure out what trees that we want to use. I want to use some nice trees, but I'm not sure. These ones could be a little too big. You know what, I might put the bush in the middle there because that'll work well, and then find some nice trees. Could use these ones I got. Although I don't know if they quite suited. I think that the best one, or the best option, will be the shady tree. They sort of seem to work well for these sort of areas. So let's put one there, and they cross over the path as well, so that'll be quite nice. Let's do that one. Let's use the left one for this one. Where is it? I think it's back this way. There's that one, so we'll just use a different one just to mix it up. So let's put that one there. Actually, let's put one more there, and then we'll switch back to the right one, and we will put that one onto. That was a terrible placement. Let's just, there we go. So that's a really nice looking area. Actually, that's probably turned out a lot better than I expected. Now, what I might do is also use another row of these just to separate these restaurant areas. So we've got like a nice walkway, and we can even put some more tiling there. So let's do that one. Let's go back to, and then I could probably put something. Maybe make like a nice. Let's put one here, one there. Spin it around like this to sort of 45. And stick that one just there, and then I'll make this run back into that one there. So that kind of makes it feel like it's sort of attached to the actual building. What I'll do is I'll put some plants along it. I think will work well. We might use these nice colour bushes, which I think I haven't used in so long, but they're really good. So let's get do the purple one. That's a good size, a good distance. So let's put them actually maybe a little bit closer. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. So that one to there, and then let's just turn prop anarchy on. There, there. Perfect. And we'll do the same for this one here. So go to there. Like so, and then I think something in the center, maybe like one of these. So that there, and then let's put one there, and then just put some, maybe a couple of blue ones, like sort of fill this in with blue flowers. Will work well. And nice. I'm going to change the time actually, so let's get a better angle when it's a bit brighter, maybe in the morning. Yeah, cool. So that works really well with this one actually, so I quite like that. I wonder if I could put a circular one underneath this. So let's do back to the planters, and this is too small. It's too, oh, could work actually. I think with the circular ones that'll, although that does cut off the staircase, so I don't know, maybe not. Although admittedly that staircase is going straight into a pillar, but let's just put it there for now because I kind of like it, and then I'll just move it into position. Can't actually reach it, so I'll have to leave it there for now. Cool, so I think we need some seats, definitely some bench seats. It's going to work well, and we put this really nice, I guess really sort of modern, sort of fancy ones, so I kind of like these ones. So let's do that. Let's put one here and one there, and then another one here, and then one at this corner. Cool, and then let's put sort of alternating ones, so one on the other side, opposite. There we go, and then I think we'll need some lights as well, because there's no actual lights in this area just yet. So we've got this one. Actually, I'm kind of thinking maybe the 3-pole lights could work well. So if we put, let's put one in the center here, then another one there as well. Should give us a good amount of lighting. Actually, that looks really. These 3 bulb lights work really well for this area. So I'm gonna probably use these quite a lot, I think. And then I think I just want one against there. Cool. Let's put one here, and then another one there. There we go. So now it's starting to look really cool. Nice sort of really plush, well, upmarket, nice area. The words are tricky. And then, so what I want to do is take a break from that. I want to come here and do a bit of parking. So I'm thinking of maybe doing like some underground parking, because I've got the assets for it. And I think like above ground parking would just kind of look really weird. So I'm going to grab 2 of these again and try and do something similar to what we did here. So let's go there. Just bring these out straight for now. Like so. I'll just change these around just a little bit so they're more in line. Cool. Then we'll use these underground car parks. Actually no, I think I want to extend this just a little bit further, and maybe straighten this one out because it's kind of pointing in perfect. So there, and then we'll take this out another half. Same with this one. So just to there, and then I just need to reverse the direction of these. That should work. Cool. And now we can put down some below ground parking, which I have somewhere. So I think this is the one I want. So let's put one here and one there, and they're pretty nice looking car park, so that's kind of weird that that's in there. I can just bring it back a little bit so that there's none of that clipping issue, like so, and then we can use the paved roads to sort of give like a bit of a driveway into this one. So let's go there, grab these. Actually no, I might have to move this one over to there. That looks pretty much perfect, and then do the same one with this one here. So from there, bring it in, and then just hold on, maybe I probably want to bring this one in from here. So let's go from there in, and then we'll just move this across like that. And then that matches up really well. And then just get the let's get the painter tool and just fill out this area like so. And that's pretty straight as well. And I'll basically put the pot plants in pot plants? No, not pot plants. The planters, and stick all these trees in there. So yeah, let's do that. Alright everybody, I'm back. Just took a quick moment just to do up some Rico buildings, to stop some buildings, some commercial buildings from despawning. So we've got this nice little club bar area which sort of fits in perfectly here, which sort of caps off this area in a nice little courtyard. We also did up some of the entrances for this place, so putting in some of the trees and just these nice banners, along with some pedestrian crossings which lead into the main car park area for some of the hotels and other facilities. And the other thing we did was also got this nice sign which is Sternberg. So I think this is going to be what this place is called. It's going to be the sort of Sternberg Village or Plaza or whatnot as well. So what I want to do is actually finish off the layout of this area. So basically I want to bring one last road that comes from here to here, and then connect this road up to there, and then adding the rest of the buildings into this place. So that's what we're going to do now. I want to get one with trees, and I want to have let's go shady by trees. Good. And we'll keep the default lights, which is fine. So do I want this to go straight or curved? Nice curve would be good. So let's line this up so we can sort of get the middle, and I'm going to start it from here, bring that curve out to that's close enough, and then just connect this up to pretty much there. And that's going to be perfect for the last part of our village area. And then I want to sort of bring this sort of side road which I've got for some of the apartments here, and just make this run along here and come in a little bit before we actually connect it back onto the main road. So just going to go from here and bring this out to I think there, and then we should just be able to make this connect up to this one here. I might bring that out just a little bit, just so it looks a bit smoother. So let's bring that to there, and push this back a little bit. Oh, actually no, I just need to bring this down to make that work. So bring this down, perfect, and I'll have to fill this in with this. So just fill this whole area, and then we can connect up these last two roads as well. There we go, it's working now, which is good. And then we've got that sorted out. I'm just going to get rid of the traffic lights here because it's really not going to be needed, and it's going to cause more issues than sort of solutions as well. So let's go to traffic lights, get rid of that one, get rid of that one, get rid of those. I want traffic lights here, and I want traffic lights there, which are already done. Okay, so now I can put some more of these residential buildings in. So I want to get this one, and I'm going to stick this one here, and then I'll probably move this move it across to there a little bit, so that sort of is on quite nice, and may even push it back to there. I think it will look a lot nicer. And I want to actually start getting some of these smaller ones and just attaching them onto the back. So let's grab, I like that one. I'm going to line a couple along here, so maybe put one there, one there. I'll come over back to these ones, and let's grab one of these ones. It's basically going to have like a street here at the back, which is just smaller apartments. So let's put that there, and let's put one there, and I'll leave it at that for now. I'll probably put some car parks in actually, because I'm going to need that for some of these areas. So I just need to find them. Yep, so 2x4 is what I want to use. Let's put one there. I think one in this section here. One over there, and then I might even grab some of the smaller ones, so these small 2x2s, and we'll put let's see here, maybe one here. I think that'll work now, and that's going to look really nice as well, especially with the shady trees to accompany. Although this is kind of odd, so maybe I might need to bring these out just a little bit. So let's just push this one out to there, and this one can come out to there, and I'll just select both of these and just line them up properly so they sort of are relatively even. So this bend here is even. It's looking pretty good. And yeah, perfect. Now I can't remember if I want to keep those traffic lights. I don't think I do. I think I want to get rid of those again. I don't know why they've respawned there, but probably because we're editing them. So there we are. Nice, that's looking really cool. We might even put some banners on this street as well, kind of similar to what we have up here. But now I want to put some more of these larger buildings in, so let's grab this one again. I want to stick one there. I don't have any. Actually, I do have this administration building, which I think would look nice. So I want to put this somewhere. Include this in before we finish. So I wonder if that'll fit in there, or I'm going to have it on there perhaps. I'm not sure. I guess it kind of makes sense to have it next to the parking. So let's put that one there for now. And you can see the assets, some of these assets are actually missing, like the bushes, but that's kind of like, that wasn't intentional, but now that I think about it, I'd like to sort of be able to detail it myself, especially with like here, with the rear ones. So just to give it a more personal touch as well. Not that I don't like what was already there, but I just sort of like to do that. I think it'll, just because I can sort of tailor it to this particular area. So I wonder if we can connect those up, if that'll look fine. Let's have a look here. We might be able to. Where's the brake? So if we sort of do it like that, that should work pretty well. And I think here that works well as well. Now I just want to see if I want to bring these up or down. So I can bring this up a little bit. Let's bring it up to there, so that's on the right level, and that should also maybe just bring it. Oh no, I think that'll work. So bring it up to there. But we're also going to have to bring these roads up, so there's not a big massive drop off for pedestrians to sort of, I guess, trip over. And we just bring this one up. So I might just quickly bring up all these before I continue on. Okay, so it's nice and flat now, which is good. So I need to fill in some of this part as well. So I wonder if I can grab. I kind of want to use this building again. Actually, you know what? I could probably stick this one on the corner here, which could look. I think it'll work well. So let's put that there, and then perhaps we could put something in the middle. I'm thinking maybe one of these. See how this goes for now. So let's put that one there, and then we'll just move it to find a better spot for it. So maybe we could push it in a bit. Might have to change the sun because I can't see. Okay, that's better. So let's try and find somewhere appropriate for this. I think coming out is going to work well, but that's going to be too close up. So I'm going to have to push it back just a little bit. To about, I think maybe there. Go up or down. We can bring it up, so maybe just to like that, and then we'll just bring this road up a little bit as well. Try and level this out. Bring this up, bring this up. I think that's gonna. And then we just bring this one up as well. About there, and then obviously going to probably need to bring this one up as well. Excellent, so that's looking really cool. And then once we get like all the trees and things on it, and banners and stuff, it'll just be fantastic as well. And you know what we could even do is actually fit some small car parks up in front of these sort of apartment buildings. So I think that's going to work well. I'm going to do that now. So like one in front of there, and then we can just pretty much just move this around. So something like that. Possibly. Let me stick one here for now. Alright, so now I probably need to add something into the middle here. So I'm thinking possibly another road. Just to go behind these apartments. What is this tree doing here? Is that part of it? I think it is. Okay. So yeah, I think I'll do that. So let's get our one-way roads. Oh, we'll actually probably need a two-way to connect these two up. So I'll get him and then put that one. Actually, I might need to go back to there. And then just kind of move this around so it's straight. that. I'm going to bring this in like so, and then we will run this road pretty much straight out to, just going to figure out where the good spot, so let's go, might actually make this one curve, let's bring it out to there, and then we'll curve into there. And I think again some more parking is probably going to be ideal for this area, so let's grab, I think I want a small one, this one here, and then I think there is going to work well, and I'll just bring it closer just a little bit. Cool, so that's fixed up. It's going to take a little bit of tweaking, so I'll probably have to do that off camera, but for now I'm thinking maybe another building on the corner here perhaps, and then we can have like another walkway. So let's grab, I think I want a smaller one like that one, so I'll grab him and I'll stick him here, and then I'll just sort of move it back off a little bit, and then need to bring that one up like so. I think as far as like general structure, that's probably gonna be how it is. Now this sort of area doesn't look quite that nice because it's all concrete, so what we're gonna have to do is start putting in some of these grass areas to sort of really make it look a lot nice. But I think the first thing I want to do is sort out these paths, because that really sets a lot more structure for the open areas, and just makes it look a lot nicer. So I'll go and grab those. It's this one here, perfect. And what's the distance on them? I think it's 7. No, it's 8. Cool. Alrighty, so now where do we want to bring this from? So we're going to start it from here. Make sure it's set on defense mode. Just like that, and then let's bring this one out to let's bring that to there. Yeah, so let's go straight out to here, like so, and then I'll bring it in. So I'll grab him from there and just sort of bring this out to there for now, and then we can put some nice sort of grass areas in this corner, but I want to leave that for there now and use our plans just to sort of mark out a garden bed. So I might just do that quickly now, and then we'll cut back and see the ends of that part. Alrighty, so back, and I've just done up this last little grass area, and I thought this would be a cool spot for select some wooden flooring areas that we could put some seats and things like that, and maybe even sort of like pergolas and stuff like that, because I think it would be a good spot for tables and chairs and sort of those sort of stuff. So I'm just going to find what I'm after. Yeah, so these pergolas here, and I'm thinking maybe, do we want the covered ones? Might try a couple of non-covered ones. So something like that, and we'll stick that one there. And I want to put on the roof. That's a little off actually. I want to fix that up. So just, that's not what I'm after. That one there, and that one. Bring it across, there we are, and then because that's in the right rotation, I might just actually copy that, save me having to do it with the other one. So basically plop 2 of these side by side, or sort of conjoining up. We'll leave it like that for now, and then maybe even put and then maybe put some of the cupboard ones on the other side, so you've sort of got two different options. So let's put this one here like that, and that'll place awesome. And then we can put this one down as well. That construction sign's in the way, so it's a little tricky to see. Well, I really can't see where I'm actually putting that. So there, perfect. And now we can put some nice chairs and tables. Now I saw, actually I might just, I'm not sure if I want to put these sort of posh ones in. They might not be very appropriate, so maybe I'll just stick to, because these aren't really outdoor ones. So let's just stick to normal chairs and tables, like maybe put one in each. So just these ones are going to be perfect. So let's stick one. So we've got a people part generator, so we actually use that one, and then we'll stick some others there, and one there, and one in there, and then I think we need a light for this area. So let's grab these nice small little simple lamps. I think will be perfect. So just one of these in the middle. Nice, and then I'll probably need some waste control, so like some bins and stuff like that. So we get a couple of bins to put, maybe one at the end here. So that one, and stick you there. Nice. So that looks really cool. I'm actually, this the whole build has just been really cool, and I'm really happy with how it's working out. And maybe if I just stick a wall on the end there, just to sort of neaten that area off a little bit. So what's that gonna, yeah, so something like that is fine, is what I would like to have there. So let's straighten that up, and then let's put one there, and then the smaller one just to finish off that area. It's really hard to see with that bush in the way though. But I think there is perfect. Alright, so now I want to quickly just put some few trees along this apartment block here, just because it's a bit bare bones at the moment. So we're going to find our trees. Now I don't know if I want to use the shady trees, because I've used them quite a lot, but I want to find something that's still bushy, but not so like one of these, because, oh sorry, one of these, because it's just, I don't want to overuse those ones either. So we've got these ones, they're a little big. Maybe some of the pines could work, just as something different. I'll just have a look if there's anything else. We could even use those. Could work, but they're still quite big. But maybe, or how about maybe some of these small trees? So let's put a couple there. Couple on the side here, maybe 3, and then I am tempted to grab some of these pines just to mix it up. Maybe some of the smaller ones, probably that one I had before. I think these ones would be nice, just to sort of add a bit of variety as well. That's too big, I don't want that one. So let's just stick one there. And I think putting some small bushes in is going to be good, so let's stick a couple of these. So I want these to be fairly full-fledged gardens, so let's stick a couple of those in. So put them there, and then a couple around here. And maybe just finish off with a couple of these bushes like that. Nice. Now I'm just wondering if I want to maybe even stick some of the walls that I was using before, because I think that would be pretty cool. So let's just stick this one that comes out from here, just like that, and then stick another one on this side, for these ones here, just to add a bit more structure and order to that garden. Let's put one there, and then I'll just stick one here, and then we can flip these around. Nice, so that looks a lot better than what it was before because it was nice and plain. So that's pretty cool. I quite like how that one works out. Now I'm thinking about maybe doing a garden bed here. I'm not sure because there is a slight slope. So I'm thinking maybe one that sort of wraps around like that, like a little entrance as well. So we'll get our planters for now. And then I think I might do some more structural work here because I do want to add another shop in, like a fashion shop, before I stop. So let's go for, get large out again, and then we got a nice garden bed where you can it sort of slants up a little bit, but where people can basically walk through. So then we can put some more trees and stuff like that. Let's put some of these bushes in first, like so. Grab some of these. And do we want, oh no, probably not grass, but some of these other bushes as well. Not too many of these ones. Stick one there. And then maybe get some of these white flowers just to sort of sprinkle. Whoops, that's the yellow one. Just to sort of sprinkle across here. Just add a bit more colour to this area, like so, and then a couple in here. And then some of these smaller bushes just to fill in some of the gaps that are in here. So let's put one there. And there we are, and then it's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze for here, but something like that. And then what we'll do is finish off with some of these shady trees, just to sort of put them overhanging. So let's put one. Actually, let's put one in the. Two in the garden, so one here, one there, and then we'll just get the other side and stick him in there as well. And then do we want another one? Maybe a third one I think will work well. And then we'll get our planters, put them in the circular areas, and add some of those bushes that we put in this area here as well. And I think that'll make that area look a lot nice as well. So let me find the planter that I'm after, which I think is this way. So that one, actually I was using the grass one. So let's get that one, we'll put one there, and one there. And then we'll grab those bushes and just finish that off. Let's put one there, one over there, and one in there. Nice, so that's looking really good, starting to look nice and built up with our, and you can see like now that we've got some green there, it looks a lot nicer than just having the plain, I guess, concrete. And we'll probably do the same here. Now the other thing I wanted to do was add in a pedestrian path to put in one last shop. So I think maybe there is pretty much where I want to have it, and I just sort of need to shift these three things across just a little bit, and that's perfect. Did I move that one? No. That one's the one I want to move. Awesome. And that's nice because that sort of lines up along this walkway here as well. Now I do need to fix this one up here because it's poking out a little bit, and then just need to bring that down, and likewise with this one, just bring it down a little bit. This one as well. Actually, that needs to. No, it's fine. That should be alright. Yeah. Alrighty. So I think I might also add just some last little grass bits on the end there. So let's grab the large one, and we will stick him. Maybe I need the small one. No, it's going to be too big. Let's get... Okay, it's going to have to be the large one, so let's just grab the large one. And we'll put that one just there. Yeah, perfect. And then actually I might even do the same thing for this one here. So just there. And then this one too. Actually, let's just hand place it, it will be easier. Perfect. Alrighty. Hey there everybody, and welcome back. I've just gone off and detailed the rest of this area up because the episode was getting pretty long, but I am incredibly happy with how this has turned out. So basically I'm just going to quickly show you all the different stuff that I've done off camera and all the sort of polish that we've added. So the first thing we've done is just sort of neaten up these entranceways a little bit. We've actually added little sort of these like panels, which I think they sort of stop like skateboarders from sort of skating across the footpath, so across like crossings as well, which is a nice little addition there. Added some sort of I guess segments and these little sort of concrete balls just to sort of segregate these areas. Done the same thing here with these ones as well. Made these nice little pedestrian crossings here in the middle section. Made heavy use of all these really nice like paved areas. Done up some of the gardens. This one probably still needs a bit of work here maybe, but just adding some gardens around the side of these buildings, some trees and things like that. So especially here, like adding these sort of needed trees, as well as some sort of nice table tennis courts here, and just neating up this place. So this place I worked on quite a bit, you would have seen, but just really adding all these paved areas, some sittings, lighting and all that sort of thing, and just adding little details like walls and things like that here. This area turned out really nice, just with all the final details and a nice little sitting area that we saw before. The other thing I did using the prop snap tool, I think it was add this nice little sort of rooftop area on top of this building, which looks really cool. We've got like a nice little, added like a doorway there, so it actually looks like you can get up to the roof. So that was really cool. I might do that with a few of the other ones, but just a lot of garden work and detailing and little things here and there just to really bring this area out. The other thing I did, which is probably going to be what this place is called, but I added a sign, which is Sternberger. I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure, but that's going to be what this area is called, so it might be like the Sternberger village or plaza and things like that. Again, adding more tables and just bollards to sort of section off these areas. I don't think there's much else, but just looking at it from different angles, I think with all the trees and all the bushes, it looks like a really nice marketplace, which is exactly what I was going for. So I added these trees along here as well. I don't know if I did that on camera. And again, just adding more planters and grass areas. And I think that's kind of pretty much it. I did a little bit of a loading zone here as well, just sort of some more details. There's definitely like a little bit more detailing work, I think, like it's not 100% perfect, but I'm really happy with it, and this episode will sort of go on for quite a while if I keep going at it as well. So I'm going to finish it there, and that's going to be it. So as always, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. We might do some more on this side, which I was looking to do this episode but didn't get time, but we'll see what happens. So until then, see ya.